Hi guys, let's hear happy Friday to you guys. Well, I'm gonna apologize right off the bat, guys. I do not have any kind of decorating video for you today because today was quite possibly the worst day and best day of my life wrapped into one, and I'll explain. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer because it's Friday and who wants to hear depressing stuff, but I've been dealing with some health issues, and this last month I thought I had a sinus infection. So I kept drinking lots of water, steam, drinks, anything I could to like get myself better, and it would not get better. So basically my symptoms were massive pressure all right here behind my eyes. It still feels this way. Like somebody's wrapped a big rubber band around my head and the circulation's being cut off, or I feel like I'm underwater. It's like a weird disorienting kind of a feeling. So anyway, long story short, I go to my doctor. I make an appointment. I say, something's not right. I think I've got a really bad sinus infection. So I explain it to her and she goes, you know what, this doesn't sound right. Let's get a head x-ray. So I go and get a head x-ray. I wait a few days and they call me, and the doctor calls, and I'm like, it's not good. It's not good when the doctor calls. And basically she tells me that they found a white calcification or lesion in the front temporal lobe or something like that. And they don't know what it is. So she's like, we need to send you for an MRI. So I had to wait to get into an MRI thinking the worst, what the heck is going on in there? And as you guys know, if you've been following me, I've had my blood vessels in my eyes burst 5 times. My vision has gotten very blurry and like sometimes double vision, floaters. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so everything's racing through my head. Are these all correlated? Like, what's going on? So anyway, I have my MRI, I get the results, and they say, we need to send you to a neurologist, like ASAP. And I go, why? What was found? And they say, well, there's definitely white matter changes in the brain. It could be Lyme disease, it could be MS, it could be vasculitis, and a few other things. And I'm like, well, what the heck? What does that mean? And she said, well, you need to go see the neurologist because I'm not a specialist. So I had to wait, and I got to her today. Thank God. And so she goes and she puts the slides up on her computer, and she goes through them, and she goes, okay, 2 things we need to talk about. She goes, first of all, she's like, do you see these little white areas on your brain? And I'm like, yeah, I see it. What is it? And I'm like, what is it? Well, tell me, I can take it. What is it? Dreading what she's gonna say. She goes, let me ask you this, are you a migraine sufferer? And I go, yes. She goes, we see these little white spots. We don't know what causes them or why they're there, but we see them in 99% of migraine sufferers. And she goes, the radiologist always puts in this medical jargon. And I said, yeah, I know, it scared me to death. So where are you going with this? So what about it? What about these white spots? She's like, well, it's clear. What are you doing to prevent them? I said, I just take Motrin. When I get a migraine or a bad headache, I take 2 Motrin and I go to bed. I mean, that's what I do. She goes, we need to do something preventative. So, I mean, that was the best news. I was like, wait, so I don't have a tumor, I don't have a lesion, it's migraines? It's like changes to your brain due to trauma from migraines, I guess. And so anyway, she's gonna put me on a preventative, and then she's gonna put me on a medication I will take the second I feel a migraine coming on. And they're gonna do a high dose of steroids because they said it's showing a lot of inflammation in my head. And because I've got so much pressure. You guys, this is like the weirdest I've ever felt. Yesterday, I was in bed all day with, my daughter came in and felt so bad for me. We just laid in the bed and watched Netflix all day. And my husband was so sweet, he made me dinner last night, and so I could just relax. And pardon my voice, I think I'm losing it. But anyway, that was the good news. And then she said, second thing, your pituitary gland is right here. And I forgot what she called it. Empty scala? I forgot what she called it. I don't have my papers with me. But she said that basically my pituitary gland is smushed. How does that happen? And that fluid's escaping. And I told her, I said, I feel like sometimes I can hear my heartbeat through my ears. Like I can hear it. Like it feels like my head's pulsating. And she said that because the pituitary gland is smushed, it's sending fluid out of there or something. I have to go look into this more. It was a very short visit, but she didn't seem too concerned about it. But I was like, that doesn't sound okay. Anyway, she said, let's get these migraines under control. Come back and see me in 2 months. So all of this stress and worry, but I'm okay. I'm okay about it because I got such better news than I expected. Thank you God. Thank you God. So anyway, I just had to share that. So if any of you suffer from migraines, don't ignore it like I do. Take care of yourself, get to the doctor, do something preventative. So anyway, that's why I'm throwing this video up. But I just don't feel good today. And I came home and I'm like, I can't do a decorating video. I just can't. So I'm going to rest this weekend and we will be back to decorating Monday. So anyway, yeah, that was my week. So you guys, I just want to apologize because you guys have all left me such wonderful comments, and I had to be honest with you guys. It wasn't that I was busy or I was doing other stuff. It's just my mind was completely somewhere else. I was terrified. I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And if I read you the report, you guys would be scared too. I literally had to take each word because I didn't know what they meant. Each word and Google it. And let me tell you, that is the worst thing you can do because it did not sound good. Let me just say that. All right, guys, and please forgive me for not answering your questions and your comments. I just, like I said, it always eats me up when I either get busy, but this week that wasn't really the case. The case was I was in shock and I didn't know what was ahead of me and I was worried beyond belief. So anyway, just know that I love you guys and I will try to get through them if I can. But I think I really need to just rest this brain. The inflammation is so bad in here. I just want to go get my jammies on and curl up in bed the rest of the day and put a movie on and just go to sleep, zone out. So anyway, I love you guys. Have a great weekend and I'll see you Monday. I'm going to rest up this weekend and we'll be back to decorating on Monday. Love you guys.